Right, you guys, make sure you like this video and subscribe to Mikez, okay? Make sure. If you don't subscribe to Mikez, you're gonna have a fat forehead and a big hairline.
Boom, I'm with the guy Max inside. Subscribe to him, make sure you do still. Best content coming out. You know how it is.
Hello and welcome back to another video, people. Welcome back to the YouTube channel. Make sure you're liking the video and subscribing if you are new. And yeah, I am ranting about West Ham again. Who would have thought it, guys? Who would have thought it? It's almost as if West Ham haven't signed anyone yet. And it's almost as if this is going to stir some shit up in the fan base. Not my video, but West Ham. And the reason why that is because the owners are briefing to like the sources that we rely upon. Well, I say sources, ex-West Ham employees, the only source I actually take serious. So this is what happened. This is what happened, people. So basically, X put out and all the news pages have reposted and stuff. Big up to West Ham Views and News. West Ham are working on deals and have stressed that fans should remain patient and judge business by the end of the window. No. How about that? How about no? How about no? Be patient, guys. That's what I gathered from this, is be patient. That's what they're basically telling us. That's what they're basically telling us. If your owners have to come out and say that, okay, there's too much backlash, judge it by the end of the window. This also would mean that they're trying to do business at the end of the window, and they know that fans have short memories, so they'll only judge the business that we've done at the end of the window rather than the business that we needed to do 2 months earlier than when we actually did do business. That's what I think is going to happen now. And this is kind of the problem. This is the problem with the whole thing, because when your owners are coming out now talking about that, that can only shed light upon the fact that your owners smoke crack, bruv. Your owners definitely smoke crack. That's what I'm gathering from this. Oh, be patient, guys. Guys, you have to be patient. We're working on deals. Clearly not working hard enough. Clearly not working hard enough. Suck a fat one and get to working properly. Like, I'm not trying to hear briefings. I'm not trying to hear any nonsense. And this is why I don't think we're going to get any deals done anytime soon. Because I've already talked about the loan to buy stuff with the goalkeeping stuff. And, for example, Chelsea want 25 million for Petrovic. I don't rate Robert Sanchez at all. But they're not going to sell him anytime soon. Ramsdale, again, Southampton have just got relegated. They're going to want money. I don't rate Ramsdale. I don't rate Ramsdale. But the West Ham are going to get the deals done regardless. Like, Petrovic is the only one I want out of the three. And these guys are trying to do loan to buy nonsense. Now, with the striker, I've not seen a link to any striker. In fact, I've seen more links to the fact that we're not going after Calvert-Lewin and Callum Wilson. So fair enough. That's good. That's the best bit of news we've had all window, that we're not going after Callum Wilson and Calvert-Lewin. Well done. Congrats. West Ham might have 0.1% of common sense. But what does this mean exactly? It doesn't mean fuck all, bruv. It doesn't mean anything. I've accidentally moved my camera. The reason why it doesn't mean anything is because these men are telling us to be patient. So don't expect any new signings anytime soon. I'm going on holiday a week from today. I'm out from the 24th to the 30th. You're probably going to get a lot of pre-recorded videos because I don't expect West Ham to sign anyone or be in advanced talks with anyone. It's going to be very hard for me to deliver you live videos. I might vlog. That's it. But I think I can say that in safe hands that West Ham won't sign anyone next week. West Ham won't sign anyone in June. I don't think West Ham are going to sign anyone before pre-season. Which is mad in itself because there's a month till pre-season, I'm pretty sure. There's literally 1 month till pre-season. And these lot aren't going to sign anyone. Like, what the actual hell? I'm so tired, man. I'm so tired. I've not even seen a player linked to being sold like properly. I've only seen that, West Ham are pushing for an Emerson sale just because he's on 1 year left. Like, no Mikez sale, no Mavropanos, no Alvarez, no Ward-Prowse. Like, those are the 4 that I mainly need sold. Guido as well, but the 4 I just said. Like, I need to clear out in the spine of the team, basically. And this club is just like, you know what? We'll wait. We'll wait until more people want to reject us. We are like, because as I said yesterday, because of the players that have left, our squad is now short. Our squad has no depth. And these lot don't want to be proactive. Leeds have signed players, guys. Leeds United. Leeds United have signed players. Brentford will sign players. Wolves will sign players. Burnley and Sheffield United. Burnley and Sunderland are finished before they've started. But at least Sunderland have made Enzo Lafille on a permanent. They've signed a player. Brighton have signed a player. Bournemouth have signed a player. Chelsea have signed a player. Liverpool have signed a player and players. Man City have signed players. Man United. Tottenham may tell on a permanent. Man United have signed Cunha. Need I go on? There's no excuse to not sign anyone. There's no excuse. Why should there be an excuse to, like, when it comes to signing players? Why? Well, just because Arsenal haven't signed someone? Or just because Aston Villa, from my knowledge, haven't signed anyone? Like, is it because like Newcastle haven't signed any? Well, Newcastle have signed a free agent, even though they made a signing. I'm not trying to hear anything about PSR. We're the 7th healthiest PSR, and these men are talking about sell to buy. If you men are relying on a Kudus sell, which apparently Newcastle are internally interested, I might do a video on that tomorrow if I ain't got anything else to do. But at the same time, like, bruv, what the fuck are you lot talking about, man? What are you actually talking about? Because it comes to a point, yeah, where I'm looking at this club and I'm like, it's like these men want to fail. It's like these men want to fail. It's like they're trying to set themselves up for failure. It's like they think it takes too much to succeed, so they don't want to try, or they think we're gonna survive the Premier League comfortably, so they don't care. I feel like this club is just too comfortable with being a Premier League club, which is why we are way smaller than most historic clubs. Why we haven't won more than we've won in our history. Because of this mentality that's creeped into the past 20 years minimum, especially in the Premier League era of this club. It's people like this. It's people like this that run the club. You see me, I've always said, yeah, even if, like, well, not always said, I've referred to this the other day. Even if we got mid-table next year, like 10th, let's say we get 10th, I don't think I'm going to be happy with that. Don't think I'm going to be happy with that. I'm not going to be happy until we're back in Europe. Simple as that, I'm not. And even if we're getting battered and we still get into Europe, I'm still going to look sideways. I'm still going to look sideways because we got battered and finished 9th 2 seasons ago and I wanted the manager out. So I'm keeping the same standard for every single person. But you know what, yeah? It's come to a point where I'm like, I don't care anymore because you're setting the manager up for failure, but also he's setting himself up for failure. So everyone's setting themselves up for failure. It's like everyone wants to throw each other under the bus. It's like the manager, the players, and the owner are battling to throw each other under the bus. There's nothing to enjoy about this club right now, I have to say. There's nothing to, like, be excited for. Well, you want me to be excited because we're facing Lille a week before the season starts? Like, I'll probably go, but I don't care. I don't. It doesn't excite me. It doesn't excite me. Like, what is there to be excited about? And now the owners are telling us to be patient. The owners are telling us to be patient. The owners have been here for 15 years and have won 1 trophy. West Ham were expected to win that trophy, didn't capitalize on the trophy. And you want me to be patient. You moved us out of the London Stadium. It's not necessarily a fact, oh, West Ham have only won 1 trophy. It's not even that. It's West Ham moved stadium to compete. But now West Ham have moved stadium to feel comfortable in the Premier League. We could have been comfortable. Like, every move that we've made since we moved to the London Stadium, we could have done in the previous stadium. There was no, like, risk worth taking. If you know what I mean, there's no like risk in being in the stadium we're in now. There's no risk. That's just me though. That's just me. There's no risk that we've taken that's like worth being in that stadium where we've like benefited of something because we're in a shithole or because we've taken the next step up by having a bigger allocation. We haven't done anything that's like represents what we were meant to be as like growing as a club by moving stadium and stuff. We've maintained that. I've been complaining about this all my life basically because most of my life has been at Upton Park, and then the past 9 years now has been at the London Stadium. So most of my life I was complaining regardless. Now I'm complaining about being in a new stadium where these owners said we're going to take the next step, and the only reason why we took the next step is because these men got lucky and was lazy and hired a manager that they already hired in the first place. So it wasn't exactly some genius move from the owners anyway. It was because they hired someone that got released in the first place. Like, well done, congratulations. And instead of like paying compensation, they waited until they ran down his contract, faked an actual contract to give him, even though I wanted the manager out at the time. To give him that sort of contract, then take it away was stupid because that's another we tried moment. And you're lucky that Moyes is actually quite respectful of David Sullivan on interviews and stuff because he wants to get future jobs. If he's disrespectful to owners publicly, he's not going to get another job. So I completely understand that. So as much as I'm critical of David Moyes, he got done dirty there in terms of the way they let him go. And then they hired a manager that's the worst manager I've probably ever seen in my life. Even worse than Avram Grant. And then they've hired Graham Potter, who I don't think is a bad coach. I actually do think he's a good coach, but what the fuck did you expect him to do with this? Like, I expect if you're not going to back a manager or like throw money on a regular basis, you have to get a manager that's going to get the best out of what they have. And that's the problem. Like, if you're going to be cheapskates, you've got to get the best out of what you have, and we're not doing that anytime soon. We're not. And now that we're in another transfer window where you like to think, okay, the manager's going to have his own pre-season, he's going to have his own transfer window, he's got one of his own scouts, but the owner's director of football. And they're telling us to be patient and wait till the end of the window to judge. Okay, you see this year, how about this, West Ham fans? Let's keep to their word. Don't be patient. Don't wait. But let's say when it does come to the end of the transfer window, then what? When we've signed like some random free agent guys, we've made like 4 or 5 signings, and we haven't really addressed anything that we actually should be able to address. Then what? When we're 18th on Christmas, well, then what? When we've been battered like probably 6-0 by Arsenal, or 5-0 by Chelsea, or 4-0 Manchester City. We've lost to Aston Villa like 3 or 4-1 at Villa Park or some shit. Lost to Sunderland, apparently, allegedly, that's going to be on the first day of the season. When all of that has probably going to happen next season, then what? Do you want coins thrown at you again? Like, I always go back to that incident with the flag in the middle of the pitch and us throwing coins at the owners. Do you want that to happen again? You don't want to see this fan base pissed off, man. You don't want to see West Ham fans pissed off, man. Because we'll be represented in the media like we're hooligans and all of this again because of the stigma, but do you want to become a victim? Like, I don't understand what you're trying to do as a footballing owner. Like, do you want to make yourself a victim? Like, is this what you want to do? And just say, well, I tried, I saved the club and all that. Brother, the minimum requirement to anyone that took over the Icelandic owners in 2010 were to save the fucking club. So I ain't trying to hear none of that. I'll be so real. But that's just me anyway. Make sure to like the video. Make sure to subscribe if you're new. Social media's down in the description if you want to follow me. The email for the inquiries. And yeah, see you guys tomorrow. Or see you guys at 10 p.m. actually for the summer series. Take care.